Good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss about the full stack management. Okay. Inside that one, as I said earlier, full stack management is basically related with the front page developing as well as the back end also. Okay. You can say this one, the front end languages are required and the back end language also required here. Okay. Or you can say this one, the client side programming as well as the server side programming also. Okay. For that reason, basically we have classified the, or you can say this one, that we tabulated the few programming languages. Okay, like HTML we have taken one side. Okay, we've taken the PHP also, we have taken the Python. We tabulated with the Java programming also. Okay, JavaScript also is there. And we plan to study little bit about the database related queries also, like your SQL is there. Okay, we are planning to study different types of the databases, like Oracle is there, your Mongo is there. We are having well known, that is the MySQL is there. Okay, all these things we are going to study that one. But what we are going to do, as per that one, for the client side, we are going to utilize we are going to learn little bit basics of the HTML for you here, or you can say some HTML language here. Okay, how we are going to write, I don't know whether you studied that programming language or not, but as per your tentative syllabus, no, they are considering some HTML related issues here. Okay, they covered some HTML related data also, or you can say some topic also. Okay, but as per my experience here, little bit we are going to study about the HTML, little bit one or two languages we are going to discuss about the client side programming. Okay, one or two programming little bit. Okay, briefly we are going to consider for server side programming also. Okay, and we are going to study little bit about the databases. Then we are going to develop one small one project there. Okay, it should include the front end as well as the back end here, and little bit on database. Then we are going to retrieve some results from that. Okay, this is my plan as per your syllabus. Okay, now today what we are going to do, we're going to study about little bit HTML for here. Okay, first we are having some little bit some standards we are going to consider. Okay, in today's class now I'm going to discuss about the some basics only. Okay, that should be required also. Okay, what are the you can say this one, the major points regarding HTML, what is meant by HTML, the different versions of HTML, how that HTML is evolved from beginning. Okay, and what are the different tags for that one, basic syntax, that one, how we are going to execute the HTML queries. All these things we are going to study briefly in today's session, right? Now, first thing, HTML, as we know that HTML basically it stands for the hypertext markup language only. Okay, it is going to have the hypertext markup language. What is meant by hypertext, we are going to study that one afterwards. Okay, one more important thing here, friends. We know everyone that HTML is mainly used to design the, or used to create the web pages and the web applications. Okay, we are going to use them, web pages as well as the web applications also. Okay, uh, every day we are going to utilize that one, the web pages we are going to browse in a Google. Okay, we know this one, what are the web applications. Okay, for that reason we are going to use the HTML. Okay, now HTML is widely used for language on the web, no doubt in that. Okay, it is widely used language nowadays to develop the web pages, to develop the web applications. If you are want to create anything with respect to the web, no, we are going to utilize the HTML only. Okay, now we can create a static website by HTML, right? If you want to develop the static websites, okay, this the more preferable language is the HTML language only. Okay, now for dynamic we are going to use the PHP, right? Technically, HTML is a markup language rather than programming language. Yes, programming languages are different, markup languages are different. Okay, programming language will be the Java is there, JavaScript is there. Okay, these all things are comes under the programming languages. Okay, now, so what is meant by HTML there? Okay, HTML stands for hypertext markup language, but what is meant by the HTML here? Okay, HTML is which is used for creating web pages and web applications. Okay, HTML is a hypertext markup language which is mainly used for creating the web pages and the web applications only. Okay, now afterwards hypertext. What is meant by the hypertext here? Okay, you might be aware of your word also, there also we are having one hyperlink is there, right? Like that hypertext also, hypertext, it means that text within a text. Okay, if you return any one text, if it get underlined that one, if you click on that one, it is going to take you to the another page there. Yes or no? For that, what they are telling here, text within a text. A text has a link within it. Okay, 100%. If you return that one, the Shashi there. Okay, if it is get underlined, if you did this was the hyperlink for that one. Once you click on that one, my bio data and my experience, everything will be get open in another page. Okay, for that kind links are going to be called as a hypertext there. Okay, whenever you click on the link which brings you to a new web page, 100%. Okay, you might be studied that one. If you are having the any urls, any links on that one, the moment when you are going to click on that one, it will take to you to the another web page there. Okay, now all these things are going to be called as a hypertext only. Okay, now what they're telling, hypertext is a way to link two or more web pages with each other. Okay, 100%. Hypertext is the one way it is used to link two or more web pages. Okay, one or two web pages with each other. If you are planning to link the two web pages here, that time we are going to utilize the hypertext. Now, what is meant by the markup language here? Okay, markup language is a computer language that is mainly used to apply the layout. Just try to concentrate here, friends. It is mainly used for the layout here and formatting conversions to a text document. Okay, we're going to utilize for the layout and formatting the text conversions. Okay, in a document there. Okay, markup language makes the text more interactive and dynamic. It can turn the text into images, tables, links, and details. Clear cut is there. It is mainly used for text more interactive and the dynamic pages. Okay, interactive as well as the dynamic pages. It can be used to text into turn, or you can go into turn text into images, tables, and links. All these things we are going to study that one by taking the different examples in our upcoming sessions there. Okay, just to understand that one, what is meant by hypertext. Okay, what is meant by HTML here? It is the markup language only, which is mainly used to create the web page and the web application. Hypertext, text within a text. Okay, text within a text, that within text is must should have the link there. Once you click on that link, it will take to you to the another page there. Okay, or the new web page. Now third thing, markup language. Markup language is a basically computer language only that is mainly used to apply the layout and the formatting conversions. Keep in mind, okay, to a text document. Okay, now what is meant by the web page here? Web page is a document which is commonly written in HTML, right? Once you written in HTML language, it should be get translated by the web browser. Web page can be identified by entering an URL. Okay, web page can be static or dynamic type. With the help of HTML only, we can create static web pages. What's the difference? Web page is nothing but a kind of a document. Okay, most of the time web page is written in HTML language only. Once you return the language in HTML, it should be get translated by the web browser. Okay, once the data get translated by web browser, then it will take you to the next page there or the link page there. The web page can be identified by entering the URL. You know, everyone, if you want to go for the any link there, okay, any web page there, first we are going to write a URL in any browser there. It might be Google Chrome, it might be Firefox, it might be any other browser. Okay, then when you enter that one, it will be get converted by the web browser. Okay, converted. The web page can be, we are having two types of web pages, static web page and the dynamic web page. Okay, as I said earlier, for the static pages we are going to prefer the HTML language only. Okay, hence HTML is a markup language which is used for creating attractive web pages with the help of styling and which looks in a nice format on the web browser. HTML is a markup language which is mainly used for creating attractive web pages with the help of styling. Yes. In which format you want to develop that one. No? You can use the styling there. Okay, whatever you want, in which way you want to, you can use the HTML5 and you can apply that one. Now, an HTML document is made of many HTML tags. Okay, on each HTML tag contains different content. Okay, we are having the different HTML tags are there that we are going to study that one. Okay, each tag is going to have the different content. Right now, we will give you one example here. Okay, how that HTML tags will be there. Okay, we are going to have a document type first. Okay, always it will be each HTML will be start with the document type. We are having the different tags there. HTML is there. We are having head tag. Title is there. Okay, head will be get closed there. We are having the body tag, right? After body tag, we are having the header. Okay, we are having paragraph is there. Body get be closed and HTML is get closed. Okay, and we'll explain that one why what the each tag is going to be stands for. Now, first one, document type. It defines the document type or it instructs the web browser about the version of the HTML. As I said earlier, once you return that one the particular uh, web page is here or the HTML document, it should be get converted by the translated by the web browser only. Okay, web browser wanted to know that the which version of HTML is going to be used. Okay, or you can going to say this one, it will be get understand that one. Now, HTML. Okay, HTML, it will inform that to the browser only. Okay, it is a HTML document. If you return in a HTML, browser comes to know that all the document, all the content is in a HTML only. Okay, the text between HTML tag describes the web document. It is a container for all other elements of HTML except the document. Yes, text between HTML tag, it will describe the web document. 100% it is going to be describe that one, what exactly we are having that one. Okay, how it is going to be run the web pages and all the things is going to be explained that one. Now, header, head, it should be the first element inside the HTML element. 100%, once you return the HTML here, the next line should be header of the HTML tag here, HTML, which contains the metadata information about the document. It must be closed before the body tag opens. Metadata means the data itself contains the, or it will describes that one. If you are having that one, the attributes. Okay, address attributes is a metadata because it is going to be considered the name. Okay, your call name, mobile number, email address, and everything. Okay, if it is describing the other data, it is going to be called as a metadata here. Okay, what they are telling, the head, it will be the first elements inside the HTML element and which contains the metadata. It must be closed before the body tag opens. Now, move for the next one. Title here. Sorry. As the name suggests, it is used to add the title, that HTML page, which appears at the top of the browser window. 100%. It must be placed inside the head tag and should close immediately. No need for any explanation here. Okay, what they're telling, the name will, title will be for the, it is used to add the title for HTML page what you want to view that one. Now that will be there. Okay, which appears at the top of the browser window, right? Okay, if you, once we start writing the simple HTML programs, my friend, that time we will get understand that one clearly how we are going to utilize them and all these things, right? It must be placed inside the header tag and should close immediately. Yes, once it is title, we are going to write that one immediately. Once you given that one, no, get closed that. Okay, body tag. This tag between body tag describes one body content of the page that is visible to the end user. This tag contains the main content of the HTML document. Yes. Text between body tag describes the body content of the page that is visible to the end user. 100%. The tag contains the main content of the HTML document. Okay. Now, H1. Text between H1 tag describes the first level heading of the web page. Okay. Text between H1 tag describes the first level heading of the web page. First level is there, no, that is going to be described. P tag. Text between P tag describes the paragraph of the web page. Okay, whatever you want to be explained in a paragraph, no, that will be there in a P tag. Now, we're having some different versions of the HTML also, friends. Okay, little bit we are going to have some knowledge about that. Okay, we are having HTML 1.0. This is the first version of HTML. Okay, mainly it is released in 1991. Okay, which was the bare bones version of HTML language, and it was released in 1991. So initially, the web browser, sorry, HTML version 1 is released in 1991. HTML 2.0 it get released in 1995, and it was standard language version for the website design. From 2.0, it will be able to support some extra features such as form-based file upload. Okay, form elements such as text box, option, and the button are introduced. Means that from version 1, when you switch it from the HTML version 1 to 2, no, they are added some features there, like some features like a form based file upload is there. Okay, form elements are there, all these things they are included in a HTML2, that one, but it get released in 1995. Okay, afterwards directly we are having the HTML 3.2 there. This version was published by W3C in 1997. Okay, 1997 the HTML3 get released here. This version is mainly capable for, it is mainly capable for creating tables, friends. Okay, providing support for extra options for form elements. Okay, it can also support a web page. Okay, with complex mathematical equations. 100% if you want to calculate some mathematical equations are going to be allowed there. It became an artificial standard for any browser till January 1997. Yes. What they are telling 3.2, no. Again they added few more features there, like creating tables, okay, and support for extra options for the form elements. All these things are going to be added in HTML3 there. Afterwards, we are having HTML4. HTML4 version was released on December 1999. 1997 HTML3, HTML4 will be 1999. It is going to have some versions, current official standards 100%, and it provides the added support for CSS and scripting ability for various multimedia elements. HTML4 onwards, no friends, most of the people they started using the, for web designing they started using HTML4 only from HTML language. Now very standard and the strong HTML5 language version is the HTML5 only. The first draft of the version was announced in January 2008. Hopefully, okay, from 2008 I heard that most of the people they are using HTML5 only. And another, there are two major organizations. One is the W3C, World Wide Web Consortium, okay, and another one is the WHAT-WG, Web Hypertext Application Technology Working Group, okay, which are involved in the development of HTML5 version, and still it is under development. HTML5, friends, it will be developed by the two people here, W3C and the WHAT-WG. Okay, still they are keep on adding some plug, what you can say, they are keep on developing that languages. Okay, if it is anything is patches are available, security patches are there, so many things are there, keep on adding into the HTML5 version there. What I want to say from this one, the journey started from HTML1, okay, HTML2, 3.2, HTML4 as well as the HTML5. Okay, the evolution is like that. We have started adding some features from HTML1, but keep on adding to the next versions only. In the HTML5 we got the good more features in that one. Okay, now what are the features of the HTML here, friends? Okay, why we are going to utilize them? It is mainly very easy and simple language. It can be easy to understand and the modified simple. Once we start writing the programming, we'll come to know that. Okay, second thing, it is very easy to make an effective presentation with HTML because it has a lot of formatting tags. Yes, you can use a good presentation there, effective presentation of your web pages and all. Okay, third thing, it is a markup language, so it provides a flexible way to design the web pages. along with the text, no doubt in that. Fourth one, platform independent is it? Okay, you know well about the platform independent. We can run this one on any operating system, right? I don't want to waste much time on this one. Okay, it facilitates the programmer to add the graphics, videos, sound, images to the web pages, which makes the more attractive and interactive pages there. No, okay. At the end, HTML is a case-sensitive language, which means that we can tags either in the lower or the upper case. So case-sensitive is there. As per the syntax, now we are going to utilize that one. In today's session, my friends, we are going to only study about the basics only. Okay. The next class onwards, we are going to take or we are going to enter into the tax syntax is there. Okay, I'm going to take some simple examples. Okay, we are going to develop some web pages also. How we are going to develop that. Briefly, we are going to study that. Then we, as per your syllabus, we started covering the syllabus content also. Okay, okay, friends.